Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, to take a look at your next 7 days. The first week of December, can you believe it? Thanksgiving already now in the rearview mirror. Now we plow ahead towards Christmas and New Year's. December, the first part of December, promises to be fairly cold. Now here's a little fun fact. Those of us certainly here in the Midwest, or for that matter, just about anywhere, to get heavy snow, you have to be cold first. The cold air is going to be in place over the next couple of weeks. The question now becomes, where's the storm track? Where is it going to be heading? We'll keep an eye on that as we head on into the next couple of weeks. But temperature-wise, take a look at your Tuesday. Yellows represent normal temperatures. We're going to be well below normal across most of this area. In fact, most of the continental United States will be below normal. Yellow again reflects normal temperatures, and we're looking at normal high temperatures now in the lower 40s, upper 30s across most of the Midwest. And look at even down, those of you down in Florida, you're going to be nice and comfortable. You're going to see temperatures in the 60s and 70s for you there on your Tuesday. On Wednesday, we modify just a little bit, but still temperatures are going to be below normal across most of the country. But look at this, the blue coming right out of the Arctic, out of central Canada, and that's going to be pushing its way towards the south. Here on Thursday, you see that just pushing its way in. Again, temperatures extremely cold, and that's normal for this time of year. You get shots of some cold air. It could be as early as December as we're getting here, and you can see it just penetrating down towards the southeast. By Friday, it modifies just a little bit, but not a lot. Again, the big takeaway is that it's going to be a fairly cold week. Here on Saturday, temperatures modify just a little bit there in the central U.S. By Sunday, you kind of see it actually starting to warm up just a little bit, especially down in Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, and along the Gulf Coast region. And certainly here by next Monday, that warmer air starts pushing its way into the Midwest. And again, when I mean warmer, that means maybe temperature highs in the 40s instead of in the 30s. But notice the cold air again back towards the Rockies and up in Canada as this system moves up towards the northeast. This is significant because as long as it stays warmer ahead of it, most of the moisture along with it will be liquid form, not in the frozen form. But this could bring in some very cold air, and then it's the storm system after that we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on. Precipitation for your Tuesday, some disturbed weather in the Gulf of Mexico. We do have some lake effect snows across most of the Great Lakes, but most of the area, most of the country looking pretty dry here on your Tuesday. Here on Wednesday, the moisture moves up a little bit, not too much, but here comes a system across the Canada-U.S. border. That's going to bring in another shot of cold air. Remember that blue color coming right on in, which means that the lake effect machine will be active. Very heavy snows because the Great Lakes still wide open for this time of year, and then it's going to be really quite unsettled for those of you up into the northeast. By Thursday, the moisture streams across the Gulf Coast down to the south. Look at the lake effect snows there and up in the northeast. Very wet, very quite a bit of disturbed weather, rather. And then here comes the next system out into the Pacific Northwest. It's going to give you some grief out there over the latter part of this week and on into the weekend. The moisture around Texas still kind of hanging tough. Lake effect snows still going on across the Great Lakes. And then as we head on into the weekend, you kind of see that ribbon of air. This is that next system, as we talked about. It's going to bring up that warmer air here in the Midwest. And then we have another system up around the Great Lakes going to produce some unsettled weather. And once again, some more lake effect snows. But take a look at that energy up in the Pacific Northwest. And then as we head on into your Sunday, you kind of see again, this area gets itself organized to some extent. It's going to bring in that warmer air, but then it's also going to tap in that colder air behind it. And there's the one that we're going to have to keep an eye on for next week. And then as we head on into your Monday, that system that we saw there really explodes here across the eastern quarter of the country, along the mid-Atlantic and up and towards the northeast. And it's going to bring that cold air in. And here comes that next system. So if the cold air is in place and this system dives a little bit more like this, and again, we're still 7 days away, this is going to be a very interesting storm to watch. This could produce some significant snows across this portion of the country. So I'll keep an eye on it for you over the next couple of days. But in the meantime, stay warm. It is going to be cold out there. I'm George, the Weather Dad.